from an infrastructure perspective and from a team perspective to be able to deliver it. But I think when they do deliver it, depending on an individual's propensity to shop on Amazon full stop, will then depend on how it then impacts different retailers. So I think the first impact that retailers will feel is that Amazon will clearly put an algorithm in place to promote its own products over existing retailers' products, and that'll be the first pain that the retailers will feel. So the growth that brands like New Look are having in third-party e-commerce will stall because Amazon will start to promote clearly its own range, and then maybe a year, 2 years later, as customers start to become attuned and in tune with the Amazon range, is when we may see migration from Amazon, from the other retailers to Amazon as a preferred retailer of choice. So yeah, I think it'll next year is when we'll see the short-term impact on third-party e-commerce revenue from, and actually all of the brands, all of the aggregator sites are doing it. ASOS is doing it. They are all moving their dial to their own label because their own label is clearly much more profitable. And I think what happens as part of that is they promote their own label over the other brands' labels. So I think that third party e-commerce growth will start to stall or slow, and it's been a real fuel for retailers for quite a long time. I think beyond that, we'll then see the true impact of what Amazon will do. I mean, the genius of Amazon, though, is, as I said, it's sowing the seeds now infrastructurally. So it's starting to acquire bricks and mortar stores. It was the first retailer in the world to launch a try before you buy initiative. So I think in America now, if you order clothing from Amazon, the delivery driver will wait for you to try it on if you want to. All of these things are like massively future focused in terms of dealing with some of the big problems of online retail. And in apparel, the single biggest problem is customers can't try the product on. So they overorder sizes, they overorder styles, try them on, keep one, send them all back. And that's a huge problem for retailers. So at least what Amazon can do from a service perspective is allow customers to try them on before they pay. There's also an interesting thing happening at the moment called Klarna. And Klarna is a Norwegian service provider that allows you to, try before you buy. So if you go onto a retailer's website like Topman that uses Klarna, you could buy 100 things, have the 100 things delivered to you. You would click Buy Now, Pay Later through Klarna, and you don't pay anything at all. Those garments arrive at your house, you try them all on, you send, them all back but one, and you then pay Klarna for that one garment. There's no exchange of cash elsewhere. So the whole try before you buy thing is a big thing, and Amazon have already done that ahead of their big fashion debut. So I do think that because they're doing it right, as they always do, I do think that there's a large chance that it will impact retailers in both the short and medium term.
Wow, I mean, it sounds like some really big developments coming in a market that's already sort of struggling to deal with the trends we've been seeing for years. I mean, it sounds like they're kind of going to go for the. House of Fraser's been doing that sort of pushing its house brands alongside, so using the name brands to drive traffic, and then trying to switch you into their brands wherever possible. And it sounds like Amazon will probably go into that territory. Yeah,
and that's what they have been doing. They've been developing fashion authority by using other brands. It's what ASOS did the exact same thing. Matches Fashion and Net-a-Porter did the same thing in luxury. They use the other brands in a very interdependent